Well, let's now talk to Mushtaq Rahim. He's an independent analyst and commentator on international affairs and regional security. He joins us live from Kabul. Rahim, so I understand you were quite close to the blast. Tell us what you heard and saw.
Yeah, I was just half a kilometer at a distance from the location of the explosion, and it was so heavy that in every part of Kabul, people thought as if it was next to them. It was pretty heavy, and the initial understanding is that it should be a heavy vehicle loaded bomb used in the explosion. It was pretty strong, felt like a tremor, like an earthquake at many parts of the city. And as soon as the blast went off, one could see a huge amount of smoke coming out of the area.
And you're there in Kabul itself. I mean, just describe to us what the diplomatic area is like and how easy it is to get in or out of the diplomatic area.
No, as your reporter also reported, it is heavily guarded and very strongly secured both by the national security forces and the international security forces working at the different missions that are present in the area. The area that we're talking about has so many of the very important offices are located there, just like German embassy and many other presidential palace. One of the gates are just nearby this place, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The area is heavily guarded, and there is usually traffic congestion and traffic jams just because of security control points in the area. And that was one of the major reasons that we had so many of civilian casualties because of the congestion that happens in the area.
So it must be a huge concern then, Mushtaq, that even with all this security in and around the diplomatic area, that these bombers still managed to get in.
Well, this is a huge question that even at a far distance of this place, when the heavy loaded vehicles cross by, they are checked thoroughly, and usually they're not allowed to pass through these areas without prior clearance from the security sources. So this will be an interesting, this will be a question raised by many Afghans and even internationals, that how come in case it is found out and it is fair to be a heavy vehicle borne vehicle. So it is usually difficult to pass through this area without real security checks. But then if it is not the heavy vehicle, smaller vehicles can pass through. The reason is that this is a pass-through area for the civilian vehicles, and people go through, and security checks do happen. But during morning times, due to so much rush, it's impossible to get through checking and clearance of every single vehicle that passes through the area.
And how is the government then, Mushtaq, likely to respond to this latest explosion?
Well, you know what will happen, that over the course of weekend and even after that, we will have a security beefed up around the city. Every single car will be going through checkups, security checking, and there will be beefed up security, a lot of surveillance and vigilance, but it will last only for a week or so. And once the dust of the current explosion settles down, everything goes back to normal. A few heads may get rolled off, but I mean, the solutions are usually temporary. The efforts that are, the actions that are taken are usually temporary actions. And that is why we keep seeing a repeat of such incidents in Kabul.
All right, Mushtaq Rahim there. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Let's give us some